And we back. Now today's video, if I had a white lab coat, I would be wearing it today because today we are experimenting. We are scientists. So what I did in today's video is I went and created a roster and made every single person in the NBA a old man. In NBA terms. Y'all don't be looking at your parents and thinking they old just because they 40, 50. That's not really old in the grand scheme of things. But I made people 40 years old in the NBA, which is extremely, extremely old. Now, theoretically, after 40 years old, everybody in the league should retire. So that means the whole league is resetting with a whole new set of guys. And we're going to do a simulate and see what happens to the NBA if everybody retired. Be sure to leave a like on the video. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. We continue to drop bangers like 5 times a week. So we got to pause the video because today we have a sponsor, and that sponsor is House Party. Now, it's an app that I've been using a lot, especially over the last month. So if you've been asleep, let me wake you up. This app is available for download on so many platforms. We're talking iOS, we're talking Google Chrome, we're talking about Mac OS, Android. It's everywhere. So if this is something that you seem interested in, be sure to use my link in the description to get your download. But why have I been using it a lot over the last month? Well, with the stay-at-home order across the globe, basically, I've been missing hanging with the homies. It's something that we used to do pretty much every single day. And now we got the social distancing, so we can't hang out in person. So we hang out on House Party. It's a lot different than some of the other ones because you can have up to 8 people in there. Now, personally, I don't have 8 friends, but if you have 8 friends, all of y'all could just be chilling together. But that's not even my favorite feature. My favorite feature is that there are games in it. We have Quick Draw. We have Heads Up, which is made by Ellen DeGeneres. We have Trivia. We have so many different opportunities. So much so that I was like, you know what? Let me call up the homie and see if he wanted to run some trivia. Now, I realized that that the audio wasn't working. But look at those 2 guys. Tell me they ain't having the time of their lives getting a lot of questions wrong on the trivia. So I want you to use the link in the description to download House Party for yourselves. And also want to thank Epic Games for sponsoring today's video. But let's get back to your regularly scheduled program. And maybe I'm being a little bit too generous and maybe it's like 4 times a week, but regardless, every video is a banger. At least I'll try to make it. So let me show you the roster. We have Zach LaVine. In real life, a young up-and-coming player, but today, he's 40. Along with this super young Bulls team, every single player on the roster is 40 years old. Unfortunately, we will not get to see how great of a career Kobe White could have had because he's 40. And yeah, that's the consensus around the entire league. As you can see, everybody is 40 years old. I went even deep into it and made free agents 40 years old. And if you make rosters, you know why that is hard. The rest of this is easy. This could take you 3-4 minutes to make every single team 40. But once you get to free agency, things get a little bit more difficult. So what I did was I basically took every single free agent in current NBA and deleted them, and then went back to the past 2Ks like Steve Kerr, Bobby Jackson, Damon Stoudemire, Brian Grant. All of these guys have been retired out of the NBA for a very, very long time, and now they should retire a second time because Derek Fisher's 41 years old or Rafe LaFrance is 40 years old. So yeah, this first season means absolutely nothing, and I gotta say, I am not rebuilding or anything. We basically just sitting back. You know what? Ooh, that's an interesting trade, OKC. But no, I don't want to control anything, so let me go here and put this all on automatic. Today we're literally experimental. We're watching things progress and pan out for itself, so it's not a rebuilding challenge. I won't be making trades. I won't be making decisions for any team. I just picked the Chicago Bulls because I would love to see the Bulls get back to being good. Now, this is my hypothesis, since we are scientists today. Whatever team ends up being extremely bad this season, let it be, what's the worst team in the league right now? Let it be the Atlanta Hawks, let it be the Cavs, let it be the Knicks, let it be the Suns. One of those really, really bad teams is going to end up being the best team next season. And the reason I say that is because the worse you are, the higher your draft pick. This upcoming draft class is basically a hard reset of the NBA. So I don't know what this draft class is going to look like. It may have a bunch of scrubs. It may have a bunch of future Hall of Famers. But if you have that #1 pick, you're probably going to put together a pretty solid team. So I'm going to let this continue to simulate, and I'll be back in a second. All right, so Luka wins MVP, and it is going to be his first and very last. Now, I bet you there's going to be some players that are too stubborn to retire after 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? I know there's going to be some players that do that. But hopefully it's not a lot of them. It may just be a few, and those few players are going to lead the league. Giannis wins his first and probably last MVP. Moment of truth. Player retirements. Yes, Look at all of these players. Yes. Look at all of these players retiring, baby. This is exactly what we wanted. Now, I can tell you right off the rip, I don't think this is the entire NBA. There are some stubborn people out there that are not retiring. Who are those people? Huh? That's like half the roster. Yo, what are y'all doing? Luka said I'm too good. Steph Curry said I'm too good. What are y'all doing? This is still a very, very large group of players that didn't retire. Maybe not the largest, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we still have a few stars left. Luka, Steph Curry, Paul George, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, Rudy Gobert. All of these guys are still there. But maybe next year is going to be the year that they retire, hopefully. Because if they don't, then this is kind of a failed experiment. So it's okay. No big deal. Let's see who wins the lottery. The lottery is being won by the Knicks, the Hornets, and the Pistons as the top 3 picks, and the Bulls end up with the 4th pick. Let's take a look at this draft class. We got one player, DJ Richardson. He may be the best player in NBA history. They comparing this man to Kevin Durant. He is a 6'10". He's a 6'10" small forward. He's out of Arizona, not Texas, you know what I'm saying? But he's a 6'10" small forward that can play power forward. Amazing offense, average defense. Hey, in-game dunks are better than most guys' practice dunks. Outstanding finisher. Is capable of making medium-range shots in traffic. Has the raw talent to be a contributor in the NBA right away. Tends to get out-muscled. Bro, that sounds very similar to rookie Kevin Durant. So I'm going to go to the draft here. And I'm just going to hard simulate it. I just kind of want to see what overall I think it's DJ Richardson. He's an 84 coming into the league. The Knicks may have found their savior. All right. The youngest player in the league this season. I see a couple people that are 20 years old. Do we have any 19-year-olds being drafted this season? There's a 19-year-old Rudolph Justice, 2nd-round pick for the Kings. He is the youngest player in the NBA as we speak. But you know what? There's another 19-year-old, Owen Hamilton. 19 with a full beard. I'm 24 years old. Oh, not yet. I'm almost 24 years old. And your brother can't grow a full beard. Every time I try to grow a beard, it looks nasty. And then I have to shave because I make YouTube videos, so I need to be on camera all the time. Okay, so we're standing to the end of next season because I thought everybody would retire, but let's hope that the rest of those dudes retire after this year. So nah, that wasn't Luka's last MVP, but DJ Richardson comes in and averages 25 as a rookie, 50% from the field, 37% from 3. This dude's the savior of New York. I'm telling you, bro, this is the new king of New York eventually. It's too early. He's a sophomore year player next season. He's at 86 overall, though. He may be the king of New York. We have another rookie player, 5'11", short king, stand up. Norm Wingate wins, what is this, 6 man? Coming off the bench for the Clips. He averaged about 20 points per game, too. Nerlens Noel, Marvin Bagley, most improved. Okay, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Oh, the Bulls made the playoffs. Congratulations to them. They get out of the first round, but they get swept in the second round. That is okay. And then we go on to see the Boston Celtics win a championship with a rookie, Stacey Galloway, winning Finals MVP as a 70 overall. Hold on. Jason Tatum, what the heck? You let the... Huh? This dude won Finals MVP who put up 3 points in the elimination game? Oh, we already seeing bugs. And you know what? In these type of videos, this is where you want to see bugs because it's funny. It's funny when there are no stakes. And here are the remaining players hopefully retiring. Is Luka going to retire? Year 2. Is Luka out of here? Luka did retire. So it looks like we're going to have a new king of the NBA. Not even just of New York anymore. Okay. How many players are still here? Zach LaVine. How are you still 40? No. How is he? It's been 2 years. You're still 40? All right. How many players are still in the league? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about, oh man, the list goes on. But listen, a lot of the more impactful players have already retired. The only real impact players is like the top 10 or so players. But after that, we got basically just rookies and stuff. So, you know, we slowly get to the point of the video that we want to get to. And that's great. A lot of these guys, like Jontay Porter, he's 40 years old, but he's a 60 overall, basically. You know what I'm saying? So after those guys, we have 25-year-old sophomore year players, Marlon Blackwell. We have a two-way player, yada, yada, yada. All right. So 2K crashed. Okay. I know exactly why the game crashed, and it was because there's not enough players in the NBA. So what I'm going to do is randomly create a couple bums and make them like 19 years old, but really, really bad. So meet Shaquille Jeffries, nickname Big Red, center. Center, and I'm gonna make him 19 years old, but I'm gonna make him an absolute scrub. But that will give us enough players in the NBA if I just completely duplicate him every single year. And just give me a second. This may take a while. Okay. Crashed again. Before I can even create Shaquille, the game crashed. Okay. Let me load it back up. Fellas, the game keeps crashing. The game keeps crashing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Let me brainstorm some different ideas that I can still have this general, you know what I'm saying, thing going on. At the end of the day, I kind of really just wanted to see DJ Richardson hopefully bring a championship to New York. That's what this video had turned into. I wanted to see how good he was going to be, but I can't even load in the file to see how good DJ Richardson was about to be. Okay, quickly. I need to just keep copying this dude. Keep copying him until we get enough players on the thing. Do not crash on me, 2K. Okay, we copied him. I'm going to go over quickly. Go to save. And go back. We're going to do this every time it crashes. Because that's the reason it crashes. It's like, 2K cannot compute not enough players to fill roster. So we're going to continue to do this with this guy. Go ahead. Do not crash. Do not crash. I done made 1,000 of him already, it seems like. Keep it going until we can't do it anymore. I will do this for 20 minutes if I have to finish out this video. Because I'm curious to what DJ King Richardson will do for New York. And you know what I might do? I might take over the New York Knicks because I just want to see his progression every single year. The man came in as an 84 overall rookie and averaged 25 points per game his rookie season. How many people have done that? I don't know. All right, is that enough players? Is that enough players? You know what? Oh, it's not. It crashed again. No, I don't know what else to do. I think we found the answer to the question. What happens if every player in the NBA retires? The NBA ends. The NBA ends, it seems like. But I'm going to give it one last try. But it seems like the answer to that question is that the NBA ends. The last chance to see DJ Richardson. Hey, man, it was a good run. You had a legendary rookie season, but with everybody retiring, the NBA don't have the funds to keep the NBA a real thing. The NBA has to shut down, DJ. I'm sorry. You were on the path to greatness. Kevin Durant 2.0 apparently. Like, look at this man's stats. This is after one season. This man was about to be a legend. Hall of Famer, first ballot type beat. But the NBA is shutting down. It has no choice. As the game crashes again. All right, I have made a decision. And the decision is that, well, we're going to go and make a bunch of players not 40. Majority of the league will still be 40, but I'm going to make some of these dudes like 30. And I'm talking like bum players, you know what I'm saying? Like worst players on the team. Like, who's the worst player on this team? Technically, it would have to be Cameron Reynolds. I'm going to make Cameron Reynolds 25. I'll make the Thanasis Antetokounmpo 23. Even though in real life, he's older than that. So this is the way, the reason I'm doing this is because if I do this, then everybody won't retire at the same time, which means that we'll still have roster spots. It will just be taken up by players that are not as good. And you know the best place to do this, actually? I'm going to go over to free agency. Look at this, free agency, right? You see these bums, David Williams, James Smith, John Brown, Michael Davis. I'm going to make these dudes. I'm going to make them, wait, what the heck? Oh, you can't mass do them because they're free agents. But what I will do is basically make them younger so they can stay around the league for a very, very long time. And it's probably going to take me a very, very long time to get this done because I have to individually go to every single person, make their birth year. 1985 is the earliest for that guy, and he's 19 years old. But the math there doesn't work out. 1985, we're in 2020. That wouldn't make him 19 years old, okay? Am I missing something? Or is I know I didn't finish college. I know I didn't finish college. But the math ain't right there. Either way, I'm gonna do this for maybe 40 players. I have to go individually to every single one of them, but I will get it done to continue this video. There will not be any more DJ Richardson. I'm sorry. I'm not recreating him. We just gotta hope that there's another version of DJ Richardson that the Knicks get, because that's the only hope we really have. I mean, not we, because I'm not a Knicks fan, but the only hope that the Knicks have. Okay, y'all, so I think I may have found a solution. Only time will tell, because we could be 3 years into this video and then 2K crashes, and if that happens, then that's the end of the video. The thing that I did was I basically made everybody that was under a 70 overall on a team. So think of like Jontay Porter. I made him young. I made him 20-something years old. So he won't retire anytime soon. So because of that, Jontay Porter will always probably have a job, because you just need players, you know what I'm saying? So all of these players are retiring, which is cool. And then what I also did is that if we go over to free agency, well, I guess I can show you free agency in a minute. If we go, when we do go to free agency, you'll see that I basically copied that one guy I was telling y'all about, the trash player. I copied him over and over and over and over and over and over, and I copied him so many times that I lost count. And I made him 19 years old, but he's like a 55 overall. So there'll always be enough players in the league. At least that's what I hope. And then we can actually do the experiment that we want to do. The Knicks still have the highest chance. This is a hard reset, y'all. So there's no DJ Richardson anymore. I'm sorry. He's gone. This is a whole new world we're living in. And the Knicks win the lottery again. 8-0. What? Maybe they are still doing the frozen envelope stuff. I don't know. That's 2 straight times in this video that they won the lottery. So I see if they're going to get their version of DJ Wilson. Or not DJ Wilson, DJ Richardson. This time around, the best guy available, the potential #1 pick, according to Draft Express, is Niko Sankovic. I'm going to tell you right off rip, he ain't no DJ Richardson, but he might still be the savior. Let's see. I don't even know if he's going to get drafted first, because he is a draft and stash guy, and he wasn't. They drafted Cody Grant, a 74 overall with no badges. So definitely not the same as the previous dude, but it is what it is. That draft and stash guy went all the way 9th, and he's going to go to Utah. All right, so I want to show y'all free agency just to show you all of the versions of that one guy. Here we are, Shank James. So I did change his name up a little bit. All of these Shank Jameses, it goes on. It goes on. So we should never be in a situation where the game crashes because of lack of players. But maybe it still will, because it's 2K and 2K's trash. Okay, so right now, the best players in the league after the first set of retirements. Giannis is still here. Jokic is still here. Paul George, Chris Middleton. You're probably wondering why their overalls are so low. It's because they're 40 years old. And obviously, once you hit a certain age, you start to regress. But I mean, if you're 40 and still a 92 overall, you're probably doing something right. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully all of those guys retire so we can really get a grasp of a whole new NBA. Giannis wins MVP. Then we have Sheldon Hart of the Raptors, who was the 27th overall pick. Oh my God, look at this man numbers for the 27th overall pick. I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting flashbacks. Toronto Raptors, 27th overall pick. I'm getting flashbacks to a man that I used to know, but he betrayed me. He betrayed me. And now we got Sheldon Hart. Yo, this man put up numbers. Wow. Rashawn Holmes, TJ Leaf wins most improved. He averaged 6th and won most improved player. So yeah, once you do like a reset of the NBA, the NBA is gonna get trashed. I mean, we have a 76 overall guy, all NBA first team, and he's a rookie. And he averaged 23, 5, and 2.5. How is this man not rookie of the year over the other guy who didn't even make an all NBA team? He made an all-NBA third team, but like, you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, we got this guy. Wow. Pandazis Patsatzoglu. One second. Hey, hello. If you were able to try to pronounce this name, how would you do it? How would you pronounce this man's name right here? Say it again. All right, thank you. So that is my college-educated girlfriend giving a try at that name. And wow, from Greece. You know what this tells me? First of all, he was a baller. You see how many points he averaged. This tells me that this is like a real last name. There are people out here living this, man. There's people out here living this. JT Cousins, all right. A lot of new players. Greg McKenzie, Doyle Moss, 18 points per game, no badges. No badges at all. All right, let's see how the playoffs go. New York Knicks made the playoffs, though, just to get swept by Giannis. I think Giannis is going to win a championship. And I was mistaken. Jokic gets it, 40 years old, 85 overall, and he'll probably call it a career. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. The better thing to do is just to do this. Paul George, Jason Tatum, John Collins are basically the last guys left. I mean, Drummond is here. But for the most part, these are the last guys left. Then the rest of the league is going to be the new fellas. All right, this draft class. No! Well, there you have it, folks. That is the end of things. So apparently in 2K, you can't have everybody retire because 2K is a bad game and wonks out. So let me put a real world twist on this. What would happen if every player in the NBA retired? Well, the NBA would go bankrupt and it will crash. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. I'll be back tomorrow with a video that is a little bit different than the normal 2K video around here, but it's Sunday. You know, Sundays are about experimenting on this channel. So see you tomorrow. Peace.